yung Buddhist at saka mga arts. Siyempre, as time goes by, na-expose na siya doon sa American culture and na-experience siya na rin. So, once na nag-date na siya sa Amerika at bumalik na sa kanyang home country, doon na pumapasok ang export of American culture. Dahil nailabas nila yung culture ng Amerika and then ipapagay sa kanya. Okay, next is innovation and knowledge jobs. Alam naman natin na ang global cities is center siya ng research and development, kung saan nandito yung mga universities, mga research institutions na nag-generate ng mga knowledge and technological innovations. And these serve as incubators for new industries and technologies na kung saan sinashape nito yung global economy by creating or developing commercializing products and services. Okay, next is labor migration and workforce. Alam niyo ba na ang cities is a centers or magnets for skilled laborers and migrants from all over the world? Well, importante ito, nagiging importante din sila sa flow ng human capital. And then, nagiging importante sila sa flow ng human capital na kung saan na result ito or these cities help address the labor shortages in some industries and create vibrant and competitive economies. For instance, yung London's diverse workforce in finance, healthcare, and education sectors na kung saan ina-attract nila yung mga iba't ibang professionals from different countries para magtrabaho dito sa London na kung saan they promote diversity and inclusivity, and the pros of this is that they can showcase their capability when it comes to these sectors like finance, healthcare, and educational sectors. And that's political and policy influence. Ang global cities is often siya as sites of international diplomacy. And yung mga policy na nakaka-apekto sa ating bansa or even sa mundo is dito ginagawa. Global cities are often sites for international summits, conferences, and negotiations. Na kung saan yung mga policy na na-formulate na meron silang far-reaching effects when it comes to global trade, climate change, human rights, and data security. For instance, is the influence of the United Nations in New York on international peace and security. Alam naman natin na ang New York is a state of America. Saan America is one of the permanent member of the United States. So, United Nations rather. So, basically, as a member of UN, syempre, ang i-influence ng United Nations ang Amerika and specifically the New York City because member na sila. Ibig sabihin, cover ng United Nations ang security and peace ng Amerika. And that's all. Thank you.
And for your introduction, I will be discussing the seven categories of global city. So there are 7 categories of global city buong mundo. So, ang sa Europe naman, ang hawak ng stock exchange ay New York Stock Exchange. Sa London naman ay Financial Times Stock Exchange, and sa Japan naman ay Nikkei. So, ito yung mga biggest stock exchange companies sa buong mundo. So, itong mga cities na ito, it is the powerhouse of the world, driving global trade, innovation, and cultural trends. So, next naman ay ang emergent gateways. These cities are rapidly growing and developing, attracting investment and becoming important players in the global economy. Ang example nito ay Mumbai sa India. Ang Mumbai sa India is a bustling metropolis known as the city of dreams. Mumbai is major in the center of finance, entertainment, and lifestyle. Sila ang center ng finance and entertainment na nag-distribute sa buong mundo. So, another example is the Johannesburg sa South Africa. A vibrant and cosmopolitan city na major center din ng finance, mining, and manufacturing. It is also known as cultural hub, known for its diverse arts and rich culture or history. So this example is the Philippines are poised to become the next generation of the global powerhouses that driving economic growth and shaping the future of the world. So next naman is the factory China. These cities are major centers of manufacturing and exports, playing a vital role in China's economic boom. So, factory China is sila ang major exported or nasa kanila ang mga biggest manufacturing companies sa buong mundo. So, sila nag-export ng mga computer components, cellphones, cars, engines, and
ang pangit ng anggulo.
So, ang example dito ay Wuxi, Sushu, Shenzhen, Dalian, and Changsha sa China. Ito yung mga region or examples nandun lahat ang manufacturer sa ito yung mga biggest factoring companies sa China. So, these cities are known as the backbone of China's economic success, powering its manufacturing prowess and contributing significantly to the global supply chain. So next is the Asian anchors or the command centers of Asia. These cities are strategically located in Asia, acting as a command centers for trade, investment, and innovation. Sila ang nasentro ng trade, investment, and innovation. Sila yung nagko-control, nagko-command sa mga investment innovation. Sila hawak sa mga biggest companies or biggest companies and investment sa buong mundo or sa Asia. Example ito is Beijing, Hong Kong, South Incheon sa South Korea, Shanghai sa China, and Singapore. And bakit kasali ang Singapore? Kasi ang Singapore is maliit lang na country or cities ang Singapore. Pero bakit sila naging command center ng Asia? Kasi po is Singapore is in-invest nila kanilang mga stocks, exchange, and gumawa ng strategic plan na para umangat ang ekonomiya nila, para maging sila command center ng Asia. Another example is Beijing sa China. Ito, ang Beijing is the capital ng China. So, this is the major center of politics, culture, and education. This was a growing hub for technology innovation. So, Asian approach is the driving economic development and shaping the region's culture.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So sila ang institutes na centers na mga research, technological, and scientific advancement. Sila ang mga sentro. Example nito is ang Boston. Dito nakalagay ang Harvard and MIT. Sila ang major hub nila is ang biotechnology, healthcare technology. So, sikat ang Harvard kasi marami na-offer ng mga courses and undergraduate programs para shape ang mga students sa ibang countries para sila tutulong sa mga bansa nila para mga country. So next naman is international middleweight is known as the global connector. These cities are the medium-sized and play a significant role in global economy, acting as the hub for trade, investment, and cultural exchange. These cities are the bridge between the global giants and emerging gateways, connecting different parts of the world and contributing to global interconnectedness. Sa example nito ang Melbourne and Sydney, Australia. Ang Melbourne naman is known for the vibrant arts, multicultural population, and strong economy. And dito is naka-center of the center nito ang finance, technology, and tourism. Sa Sydney, Australia naman, ang pagkaiba nila sa Melbourne ay ito ay a global city with a strong economy, diverse population, and beautiful harbor. Sydney is the major center for finance and tourism entertainment. So, ang international middleweight sila ang connected sa global giants and emerging gateways para maging kulay sa mga iba't ibang investment and stock exchange. Sila ang magiging kulay nila para maging mapaunlad ang kanilang mga countries sa iba't ibang countries. So next naman for the last categories of global cities, the American middleweight. So ang American middleweight, sila ang backbone ng Amerika. Kasi sila ang role nito ay role ng American middleweight is sila ang na-contribute ng various sectors including manufacturing, technology, industries, and diverse population. So, ang Amerika naman is marami silang mga sikat na companies tulad ng Apple, Microsoft, and Space Aeronautics companies. Sila ang center nito ay Silicon Valley na discuss ni John na sila yun ang mga center ng technologies or tech hubs sa buong mundo. So, ang mga example nito is Pittsburgh sa Pennsylvania, Indianapolis sa Indiana, Cleveland, Columbus, Sacramento,